Hey gang, GMap14 here. Today we're going to be talking about the Mevo live stream camera. This thing is awesome. I love it. Mainly because of how portable it is, the features that it has with the device, and the app that is free in the App Store that you have to use with this. We're just going to go over all the features this thing has, how I'll be using it, and I'll give you guys some footage so you can see the quality of this camera in use and some of the features that they have packaged inside of it. So let's get going. First off, you get the camera in either black or white. Both are the same price, $399.99 US. You can go buy it on their website. This was up for pre-order for a very long time at a lower price, but now it's full price and anybody can buy it. So either black or white. There is an accessory you can get that is called the Mevo Boost, and it is $250. It's a little excessive, but it has an Ethernet port. You can have LTE wireless, a SIM card inside of that to add live streaming from wherever you are. You can't do that with this. You have to have the Boost. And the Boost also has 10-hour extra battery life and an Ethernet port so you can plug in directly into a landline. So those are all the Boost. That is the extra device. With this itself, we'll just be going over the features this has. It has an hour battery life, charges over micro USB on the back, as you can see there. And it has 16 gig storage, which is a micro SD card. You can use any size you want, put anyone in there. It just comes with a 16 gig device. When you're recording, even though you will see it on your iPhone on the screen, it's recording onto here. And whenever you watch a video on your iPhone after it's recorded, it is streaming from this to your iPhone. So that's how it works. The lens is 150-degree angle, all glass. There are built-in stereo microphones in the front grille right here, as you can see. They are omnidirectional as far as I read. So if I'm recording and Jimmy starts talking over here and the camera aims towards him or cuts to him specifically, the microphones point that way. You can use an audio mixer plugged into your iPhone and control it that way, and you can also combine the mics with this and your iPhone. So if your iPhone's on the table in front of you closer than this, it combines the audio to make it work better. So there's a few things like that. If you have professional mixing equipment, they do say it works with this, but you have to plug it in your iPhone and use it like a mixer that way. So a little interesting. This does have a Sony 4K sensor for the camera lens. It is 12.4 megapixels. Like I said, also shoots in 4K, so you know how that works there. 16.9 aspect ratio and shoots at 30 frames per second. And that's pretty much all of the basic stuff. I'm making sure I get all this right because it's a little fancy. All right, so the device itself is a bit slanted. If you have it flat, the angle is up, as you can see, like that. And on the bottom, you have your wireless contact points for if you have the Boost accessory. You can plop it on there and it extends the battery through it. The top has the power button and the LED ring. So if you hold it down, it lights up, turns on, and looks for your phone to connect to the recording that way. On the back, you have your Mevo logo and your two icons to let you know. Right now it's flashing saying that I'm not connected, and there we go. Now I'm connected to Wi-Fi, and battery just connected. So it'd be red or yellow depending on what the different things are. So when the battery's not doing good, it'll go to yellow, then to red, letting you know visually that you're running low on battery. So what else comes with there is a mount. So that goes magnetically onto the bottom, makes it stand up completely straight, but also has the ability to mount onto a microphone stand or a camera tripod. You just extend it to however you want, lock it on there, and then it just, like I said, magnetically clips on there. And you can keep the device charging while you're using it, which is really nice. So even with this, without it, you can just charge the device while you're recording your awesome video. So let's take a look. You also get a very long micro USB cable, very long, that's already tangled up, and they give you a wall mount. They are separate, so you don't have to stick with their wall mount or use their cable. It's up to you, They're just Mevo branded like that. The battery, by the way, inside the camera is 1200 milliamps of capacity, so that's something you might want to know. The box really just includes all that stuff. The presentation is really nice. I really like that when you open it up, it was just in there and it says like direct your story. Check out my unboxing if you want to see the box a little more, but they did a really nice job of presenting it. All right, let's open up the app so you can see the gist of it. So when you first open up the app, I'm going to try to show this to you. You open up the app, it says connect to your Mevo, the big blue button right there. You just press connect, and okay, it's asking update firmware. I'll do that later. Your device will light up blue. It looks kind of white in this, but it's blue, which means it is connected. And then, as you can see on here, wherever I aim the camera, that's what shows up on my phone screen right there. So it's a little delayed, but that's not a problem because, it's actually recording live onto the device, but the delay only shows up on your phone screen. So there is no actual delay in footage just from what you see from the device to this. So it is a wide-ish angle end, so it's a bit, and the edges rounded up a little bit, but not enough that you would be like, oh my gosh, look at the warp in that footage. It's not really that noticeable, like I'll show you in the video when I actually record one. So within the app, you can see in the corner up here, up on this side, you can see what the camera sees when it's actually recording. So when you're recording, if you zoom in on this, if you zoom in right here like that, you can see in the corner, it's zoomed in, and that is representing what the audience is viewing. If you're recording this live or just recording to your device, that's what they will see. So when you pan around, when you zoom in, you can see that that's what it does in the upper right-hand corner. So if you pan up here, it'll move up there like that. You also have the function, and they won't show up here, but you have 9 digital cameras inside. So if you have 9 people sitting in a row, this will have a box for each of the people automatically on there, which is really nice. So if you're controlling this manually while you're having a show, you can just tap between the faces and it cuts between the faces. And if you have some action going down on the table, like movement, like if you're cooking something or if you're showing electronics and there's lots of movement there, that will show up most likely as one of the options available as well on the digital thing. So you can easily swap around between cameras. It's really nice. I enjoy that greatly. You have some filter options if you are interested in that. Normal, black and white, vivid, and sepia or sepia. I'm always worried I'm pronouncing that wrong. You can open up your audio mixer and tell it what balance you want between them, the gain, all that stuff, depending on how you want to use that. And then my favorite is there are options to find people, which is nice, of course, especially when you're using the auto function. And there's autopilot mode. Now, autopilot mode, I tested for the first time yesterday, and it works incredibly well. I will have 2 pieces of footage for you, one edited by me, and then one with the autopilot on. I'll make sure I have other people in here too, so you can see it automatically cutting between people. And the really cool thing is, like, if someone's moving, like, say, oh, how are you doing? Like this, the camera pans slowly and keeps them in frame, and it doesn't just like let them go out of the box or anything. It follows them, tracking their head, and it looks as if they were live or they were actually having a camera there following them slowly. So it's like really professional looking. It's really well done. The autopilot impressed me. So when you see the footage for the autopilot, make sure that you just look at that. So like I said, first comes up will be the autopilot footage, and then I will have the footage that is just myself editing, tapping between cuts and stuff like that. So you'll see both of those. So you can turn autopilot off if you're interested in a more hands-on thing. If it's just you recording something, I'm sure it's just you, like recording live, you will probably want to have autopilot on. But if you have somebody else in control of the device, then you can allow them to, take over the camera controls. So there we go, autopilot. Anyways, this thing is pretty great. I see no problems with using this as an everyday device. It has mediocre battery life at an hour long. That's no big deal, especially if you have access to be plugging this in. It's a great long cable. You can buy another longer cable and still have it plugged in the entire time if you're live streaming or recording really long shows like a concert or a conference. This works with 2 programs out of the box, livestream.com, which is the company that made this, and Facebook Live. Those are the only 2 right now. You can't upload to YouTube. You can save it to the footage to the SD card on the device, plug in your computer, or record the HD quality of stuff from the device onto your iPhone and share it to the YouTube app that way. So there are multiple ways to go around that if you don't want to, but the only live streaming options are livestream.com and Facebook Live. I heard in an interview that the creator of this said they would allow a paid program where you could stream to other services coming soon, but I don't know anything about that right now, so, all up in the air, I guess. Anyways, for the price of $400, I don't know if it's worth it, but I got this for $200 when it was on pre-sale. I would definitely buy it again at that price. But overall, it's a really nice device. And coming up, right after I end all this, I will put the two footages so you can see the autopilot and the other one. And like I said, there'll be other people in here, so you can see it cutting between people instead of just one person sitting here, which is not what you would generally be using this for. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching the review of the Mevo live streaming camera. I really enjoy this device. I'll be using it for all my videos in the future because who can disagree with better quality videos, especially in 4K, which this channel needs. I'm using a horrible laptop camera right now, but no more. This is the next thing. So anyways, see you guys in the next video. Watch the autopilot footage and watch my edited footage with the camera app. So check that out. This is a test of the autopilot feature only using just one person. So like if you are a one-man show and you need this to be cutting between things and just making sure that it can handle the editing all by itself, this is a one-man show. So as you can see, I am not touching the camera at all, and it's switching between these different things. So it's zoomed on my face right now. I'm looking at the screen, and if I like wave over here, you know, it doesn't make sure to switch over. It switches over to full view so that it can see everything and then cuts back to me. So if there are other people talking, then it will automatically be switching. It has some really nice head tracking, so if I move my head back and forth, and then if I go too quickly, it'll automatically, you know, switch to the full screen and make sure to handle that. So that is really nice. It's a great feature. So this is autopilot, me testing it right now. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick autopilot test. Now I will show you me editing the footage myself, and then like I said, I will have two more with the group footage so you can see it, multiple people being switched between them. So this is the completely non-autopilot. This is all manual controls right now. So I will pick up the phone and I will be editing this while I'm showing it to you. So here we go. I can pinch to zoom. Oops, here we go. Pinch to zoom on my face like that. And when you let go, it will zoom onto the face. So if you're pinching and making sure it's the exact amount, it won't go until you let go with your fingers. So I can pan down to my hands right now. It automatically pans down, and I can zoom out a little bit over my head like that. There we go. And this is all manual, me doing this by myself. So if I want to say, oh, look at that picture behind me, I want to zoom into it like that. It goes back there to take a look at the picture. And then I'm like, all right, let's just talk about everything. I can snap back to the full view of just me. It won't zoom out. And if I tap my face, it cuts to my face. I snap back, snaps back, so you can switch quickly between the different things. And if I had multiple cameras, the different of the 9 set up on that screen, I could have it switching between different objects and different things like that. But that's that. Alright, so right now we're looking at the autopilot feature with a group of people. You can only see, okay, there we go. Whoop, switching back. So this is autopilot with more than one person talking, so we're going to see how well it switches between us.
Hey, how's it going?
What do you think of this feature? Do you think it's pretty useful?
I think it's pretty good. As an editor, I think it's a lot easier. You don't have to have multiple cameras recording the same thing. You don't have to line up the video and audio clips. This way you just have one streamlined video, and it automatically crops out each individual, so you're not having to take more time in the editing process. So it's actually a really good feature. It is a really nice feature, especially when you consider if you have like 10 people all together, it automatically cuts between them. You don't have to worry like the camera just switching between people, you know. Exactly. So it's really nice. Also, if you move your head a little bit left and right, you can see the head tracking. Like right now, if I move, it tracks my head as if someone's, you know, there's actually a camera on me. And then if I'm going too quick, it cuts away. You know, so there we go. Anyways, this was autopilot feature. It's completely controlled with the person who has the iPhone or iPad. It only works for iOS right now, as I said earlier, but so I can pinch and zoom in on Alicia if she would like to be the focus of the video, and as you can see in the corner, it slowly zooms in with at the rate you pinched and zoomed. If I want to pan over to me, I just do so like that. And I can also, if you can see that, there's blue boxes around the faces. I can tap on a face, and it switches between the two faces if you had multiple cameras. And I don't know how well head tracking actually works at all, so move your head a little left and right. Yep, it still tracks your head as you're moving like that, so it's really nice. So try like moving farther that way. Yep, it tracks your head the full time you're doing it. That's really cool.
And you can press this button right here. It snaps back to the full view. And of course, with more than one person, you have the multiple camera option in the menu. Right now, it's for some reason showing black, but you would have between 2 people to switch between. There we go. You have a camera per person on there. So that's really cool. You can just switch between the multiple people you have.
Yeah.
So anyways, and we'll zoom back out like so. And a really cool thing, like I showed earlier, you can pinch and zoom over there, and you can zoom into the flower painting up next to us, and you can zoom out. Of course, it got really orange when I did that for some reason. Anyways, this has been the Mevo. Hopefully you enjoyed this entire review. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and look at this product with the link in the description because it is awesome, and I highly recommend it for any new YouTubers or really anybody who's looking to get into quality filmmaking with not breaking the budgets and the grammars. Adios, guys.